Alright, so tomorrow's the day. Honkai Star Rail version 3.3 gets its official reveal, and this isn't just another patch. It honestly feels like a turning point, not just in terms of new characters and content, but also in how HoYoverse is approaching transparency and long-term systems. There's a lot we already know going into the stream, and a lot more we're expecting to see, so I want to walk you through everything you should be ready for. Characters, relics, major system updates, and yeah, a ton of free pulls. If you've been waiting for a reason to return or wondering whether you should pull, this patch could be the one to bring you back. Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description. Now let's talk about the live stream. The version 3.3 special program is scheduled for tomorrow, May 9th. And as always, we're expecting 3 limited-time redeem codes to drop during the stream, worth 100 Stellar Jades each. But here's the thing, they'll expire just 16 hours later, so if you miss them, that's it. I'll be posting the codes on my channel the moment they go live, so if you're subbed, you won't miss out. As for the banners, here's what we know so far. Version 3.3 will feature 4 5-star characters. 2 of them are brand new, and 2 are returning. The new characters are Hyacine and Cipher, and the reruns are Agiaa and the Herta, both making their first appearance since version 3.0. The exact order of the phases hasn't been officially announced yet, so just keep in mind that we could see some last-minute reshuffling. Now, Hyacine is going to catch a lot of attention. She's a 5-star wind character on the Path of Remembrance, and she's all about team support and healing. Her entire kit scales off her max HP, and she brings a memo sprite named Agiaa into battle who not only heals, but also helps trigger buffs. Her basic attacks deal wind damage based on her HP, her skill and ultimate heal the entire team, including Agiaa, and her technique pre-buffs the team with bonus HP at the start of combat. One of the standout mechanics in her kit is a special state that pushes her team's max HP even higher, which stacks super well with her passive effects. If you're someone who prefers safe, sustainable playstyles, or you just hate getting wrecked by random critical hits, Hyacine might become a must-have for you. And her passive talents go even further. If her speed goes above 200, she starts unlocking bonus healing, more max HP, and even automatic debuff removal when she casts. It makes her perfect for fast-paced teams, and her Eidolons ramp things up even more, giving allies speed when they take damage, boosting critical damage based on speed, and letting Agiaa grant more buffs just for being on the field. It's a bit like having a second support character living rent-free in your comp. Cipher, on the other hand, plays a totally different role. She's a 5-star quantum character on the Path of Nihility, which means she's built for debuffing, controlling enemy stats, and amplifying follow-up damage. Her skill reduces enemy defense, her ultimate marks a target to take increased follow-up hits, and her talent converts a portion of your ally's damage into true damage, but only when they hit a marked enemy. Even her technique makes a big impact, preloading a full-field debuff at the start of combat, basically giving your whole team an instant edge. And if you dive into her Eidolons, things get even better. You'll see stronger debuff values, more bonus damage scaling, and flexible ability adjustments to tune her into whatever setup you're running. Now, as for light cones, both characters are getting signature ones tailored exactly to their kits. Hyacine's cone is called Long May Rainbows Adorn the Sky. It boosts speed by 18% and consumes 1% of every ally's current HP when she attacks, which then triggers a follow-up from Agiaa that deals bonus damage based on the total HP consumed. On top of that, when Agiaa uses her skill, enemies take 18% more damage for 2 turns. It's designed perfectly for HP-centric team setups where sustain and chip damage add up fast. Cipher's cone, Lie's Dance on the Breeze, works on a dual-state system. After using an attack, it applies a debuff called Bamboozle, lowering all enemies' defense by 16%. But if Cipher's speed is over 170, it instead applies Theft, which lowers defense by 8%. Only one of these effects can be active at a time, but either way, the cone is meant to keep the enemy team weakened and vulnerable across the board. Moving into events, we've got 2 already previewed, Trace and Drift, and Legend of the Galactic Baseballer Demon King. Trace and Drift is a spheroid racing event that's all about speed and style. Think of it like a themed mini-game event with upgrade rewards. The Baseballer event has more of a narrative hook, sending you after the so-called Black Cloak Demon King in search of the ultimate bat. Both of these events will hand out stellar jades, plus valuable resources like Tracks of Destiny, self-modeling resin, and materials for character and relic enhancement. If you're the type who skips events, don't. These are how you hit those 14,000 plus stellar jade estimates as a free-to-play player. Now, one of the biggest structural changes in this version has to do with the gacha system itself. Version 3.3 introduces real money transparency, a feature that lets you see exactly how much each pull costs in actual currency. So instead of reverse engineering prices or doing napkin math, the game now clearly shows the value. For example, a 6,480 Stellar Jade pack will be labeled as giving you around 50.5 pulls, which translates to about $1.98 per pull. And if you still have your first-time top-up bonus active, that cost drops to roughly $123 for the full bundle. While it might seem like a small change, it's actually part of a larger trend. Genshin Impact has already implemented the same system, and it likely won't be long before Zenless Zone Zero follows suit. This all ties into new EU regulations around digital spending and transparency, so HoYoverse is clearly getting ahead of it. For players, it's refreshing. You finally get to see exactly what you're paying, no spreadsheets required. In terms of gear, we're also getting 2 new Relic Sets. The first, Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder, is clearly built for Hyacine or any healer with an off-field presence like Agiaa. The 2-piece bonus gives a flat 6% speed boost, and the 4-piece activates a status called Gentle Rain whenever you heal someone other than yourself. While it's active, your speed goes up again, and your whole team gains 15% more critical damage. It's a passive, but powerful set for sustained-focused comps. The other set, Wave Strider Captain, is more aggressive. 2 pieces give 16% critical damage, while the 4-piece creates a stacking mechanic. When an ally targets you with a skill or ability, you gain a stack of help. At 2 stacks, all help is consumed, and you get a massive 48% attack buff for 1 turn. This works especially well on characters that rely on team buffs or synergy effects. And finally, there's a new weekly boss coming in version 3.3. We don't know their exact mechanics yet, but judging by how tough recent bosses have been, this one will likely pack a punch. These bosses are how we farm Ascension materials for the newest characters, so if you're planning to pull Hyacine or Cipher, be ready to fight this thing multiple times a week. We're also getting map expansion, with new areas in Amphorius and deeper story content. A new NPC named Cyrene will appear. She's tied to the Aedes Elysiae faction and might be connected to Phanon. She's not playable yet, but it's a safe bet she's being set up for a future patch. So, yeah. Version 3.3 is no filler. Between new characters, system-level updates, event rewards, and deeper lore, it feels like a real upgrade to how Honkai Star Rail is evolving as a live game. Let me know in the comments, who are you pulling for, and what do you think about the gacha changes? Also, don't forget to grab the codes tomorrow during the stream. They expire fast. Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description.